Welcome to Unsubscribe. I'm your host, Avani Jain. In this podcast, I'm going to show you how to intentionally opt out of anything that's robbing you of your energy, freedom, joy, and peace of mind. It's time to let it all go, finally, so that you can clear your mental inboxes and make space to subscribe to a life that truly lights your soul. If you're ready, hop in. We are embarking on the transformation of a lifetime. Hello, friends. Welcome back to Unsubscribe. I am currently running on a high right now. We just recorded an episode and now I'm into another one because I'm batching today. And it's so fun to record this way because I feel like I can capitalize on my energy from my last episode, put it into this one, put it to the next one. It's so cool. It's something that's so fun for me. And I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that I could do this. Today's topic is about how I am currently finding my edge. And I will go through this and share a little bit of a story, something I experienced a couple weeks ago, and how it really catapulted me into this time of soul searching and noticing and what I'm doing with it next. And it's something that I'm still in the progress of figuring out and understanding. I've noticed that when I see other people sharing what they're doing in real time, like pivoting in public or sharing what they're processing in real time, I really admire their vulnerability. I admire their openness because it helps me feel like I'm not alone. It helps me understand that, oh, they're human and I'm human too, and we're in this together. And it's just this cool place of being open with each other and sharing notes with each other and seeing how we can help each other be better humans, better versions of ourselves. And so that's what I hope to do with you here. I want to share something that I experienced and a little bit about where my thought process is, how I'm figuring it out, and where I am now. I'm excited to walk you through this because I think we all have experiences like this from time to time. And it's just such a human thing for us to go through. And reinvention is a big part of the human experience, especially for me. I feel like I'm constantly crumbling and reinventing myself. It's like this cycle. I was like, oh, I thought I was done with the crumbling last year. And then now I feel like it's happening again. I'm like, oh, okay, here for the ride. So let's dive into it. 2 weeks ago, I was on a mastermind call and I really appreciate and admire this group of women that I've been able to get to know and learn from and share advice and receive advice from. It's just so cool. They're women that have wonderful businesses and I feel really fortunate to be part of this group. I was sharing a little bit about how I'm growing this podcast and gaining visibility as I'm posting a lot on Reels for Instagram. And one of my friends who knows a lot about this space shared a piece of advice or a piece of information, I would say. After I asked for their input, she shared that she was feeling like my content didn't have an edge. She was asking me, what is your edge? What is that thing that make people stop in their tracks and pay attention to you? And to me, that means, what is the thing that sets me apart from others? What is my unique blend of traits, of vibes, of feels that I bring to the table that make me uniquely me? And this comment was really helpful because whether or not it was true, it was helpful for me to go into this journey of introspection. Now, for a moment there, I was really distraught. I was like, wait a second. What if I don't have an edge? What if I don't have a differentiator or something that sets me apart from others? What if I'm in this giant sea of people and just adding to this echo chamber and saying the same thing again and again to everyone else? What am I actually accomplishing here? And that set me off to, why do I think I can run a podcast? Who do I think I am? Big imposter syndrome vibes. I went on this whole journey and it was an important journey because I needed to go on this journey that next day and the next few days and come back to and listen to what was available for me there. Because in reality, I do have something that sets me apart from others. I do have an edge. And that's that I am me. I'm this unique blend of so many things. And it's something that only I can be. No one else can be me. And that is going to resonate with some people that really, really needed to hear a person like me share in that way. Being me and who I am and how I am changes lives. I had to remember that. And finding my edge or communicating what my edge was in content, in things like video and audio, I needed to just kind of discern what that was. My edge is already inside of me. My differentiating factor, that unique special sauce that makes me who I am, it's already with me. So what I needed to do was identify that. And so the next, I don't know, maybe a week or so, I spent time in a lot of great conversations with friends. I spent time in conversation with my husband and writing and just listening, having space in my life and just listening to what my edge was, allowing it to come up. What was that thing that made people gravitate towards me? Why did they love coming to me, listening to my content, or texting me, just friends that are friends and not people that found me on the internet? Why do they continue to come back to my energy? And I was realizing several things. I want to share those with you today because these might be things that are really unique about you, or they might inspire you to find what defines your edge within you as well. So the first piece is I urge you to take time to write out, what does your edge mean to you? To me, it means what makes me unique, what makes me who I am, and that special sauce that makes me different from the next person who is showing up on Reels, who is um, making podcast episodes. What sets me apart? That's what I think the edge is. So what is your edge? That could be different for me than it is for you. And my friend reminded me of that. It was so helpful to hear her say that because I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that just because one individual who I really love and respect asked me this question doesn't mean I need to like upheave my entire life plan. You know, I get to redefine what that is for me. It's all about subscribing to a life that I want to live, subscribing to a way I want to be, subscribing to the work I want to do in the way I want to do it. So what is the definition of edge that you subscribe to? So I want you to write that out first. I really encourage that because that was a helpful process for me. And what I was starting to find as after I wrote that out and I started listening and just noticing my interactions, that what my secret sauce was, what my edge was so easy to identify. It's kind of crazy. I'm kind of mentally making a list of it now and trying to pull that out and then figure out how do I infuse it deeply into my content, deeply into my content. What I'm realizing is my edge is that I'm the anti-gatekeeper. I am here to share all the good stuff. I am not holding back. I want to send Notion links to you. I want to send you that website where I found this one solution that helped me feel better in this way in my health. I want to share all of the pro tips. I don't want to keep it to myself. What's the point in figuring it out if I can't share it with the world? And that is a huge part of who I am. I want to share what I'm finding, what I've unlocked, what I've figured out with you. That is why I started this podcast again, is because I need to share that. I'm the anti-gatekeeper. I'm here to spill it all. I'm here to pull back the curtain and tell you, like, this is how they actually do it. So you can do it too. That's a big part of who I am. And how I share that through storytelling. I am still mastering the art of storytelling. I'm really excited for my friend Bryn, who's about to launch some really great, programs, I guess, on storytelling and just learn from her because she's a master storyteller. And I want to become much better at telling stories because stories are how we communicate. So I'm the anti-gatekeeper. I am doing that through storytelling. And I am here to blend two parts of me and show you that that is possible to live in a world where you're not just one or the other. There's a world of duality. We hold both in a lot of ourselves. So I live in this world where I love systems. I love structure and organization. And I love flow. I love the woo. And I blend those two together in a really beautiful way and balance them because I really believe having systems allows me to find my flow. It allows me to be free in my days. Systems create freedom. That is a big, big tenet about how I operate. Maybe it's a core value. I don't know. That's not really a core value, but it's a big way that I live is I create systems that create this foundation so that I can have freedom. And actually it goes one level up from there is I'm blending masculine energy and feminine energy in this beautiful way. Because I'm a systems person, because I'm operationally minded, it doesn't mean I have masculine energy all the time or that I live in my masculine, nor is it bad. What it does is it gives this amazing foundation, this structure for me to then have freedom. If you listen to my last episode, you'll hear me say this, to then have freedom to have flowy days, to go sit at a coffee shop and read for a little bit, or have a matcha, or go for a walk, to feel into that feminine side. In order to do that, I need to have the safety, the foundation of the masculine side. And that's why I love systems, and I love that flow and the energetics of everything. I want to combine those, and I do that in my life in a beautiful way. And that's what I want to communicate as I am showing up for all of you, is that you can do that too. So being that person who creates freedom through systems and balances those two ways of being is another thing I bring to the table. It's a part of my edge, because many people are typically in just the systems, masculine energy all the time, like systems. And I actually used to be that person. And then some others are in the feminine flow energy all the time. They are able to be and embody and flow with life in a beautiful way. And sometimes those people have a hard time accessing their masculine energy to create the structure, to create the systems, to get things done. And that's difficult for them. But for me, I'm actually able to straddle both worlds. And that is another piece of my edge that I bring to the table. So these are a few things I'm identifying as part of my edge. Another thing that's unique about me that might resonate with a lot of people is that I'm Indian. I am an Indian origin. What are we calling ourselves these days? We used to call ourselves ABCDs, American born confused daisies, but I don't consider myself confused. I am an individual of Indian origin, but I was born and brought up in the West, in the US. And that is another interesting, unique part of who I am, because I'm able to bring Eastern and Western ways of being together. I've always straddled this in my life, always straddled these two ways of being in my life, which is so unique, so different. And I grew up being exposed to a lot of different cultures. So part of that experience made me someone who could really understand lots and lots of people, create empathy with lots and lots of people. It's actually also part of my human design. I'm a generator. I think I'm a 3-5 generator, if I recall correctly. And I'm able to see all sides of the situation, which is a blessing and a curse. But it is a superpower in a lot of ways, because I can create empathy with others. I can feel their feelings, feel their emotions. And that is one of the reasons I'm able to talk and speak in a way that makes it feel like I'm reading your mind. So that's another part of my edge. I'm able to be with you, understand you, and be in your world. A lot of times it's because I'm experiencing that too, but I can feel your feelings, and I can really extrapolate that and phrase things in a way that you feel like, whoa, she's in my head. So many people have said that to me in the past. And that's another thing I bring to the table that is my edge. These are just a few examples, and I wanted to share different aspects or different angles of this with you, because my goal is to help you see that you are also able to unearth what your edge is. It already is inside of you, and all you have to do is like peel back the pieces that don't make sense and define that unique it factor that makes you you, that makes you someone who's like this magnet for people who are looking for you. I am not for everyone. You are not for everyone. But for the people I am for, I'm a magnet. I'm so magnetic. People just love watching my content. They cannot wait for me to share my next reel, to post my next story, to share my next idea. They're just waiting for that. Post my next podcast episode. That is how I view my people. And those are the people I show up for every day. I really love those people, you people. I love you so much, because not only do I know that I'm talking to you directly on a regular basis, I picture a lot of you actually, because I know you, I've talked to you, and it makes me feel so much more connected when I'm talking to you like this and I'm picturing you in front of me. And also, it helps me be a better communicator. It helps me create something that really tugs at the heartstrings, that really lands with you every time I'm talking. I'm not for everyone. I don't want to be for everyone. I hope to never be for everyone. Of course, that can be scary too, because like People will say, you're wrong, you're stupid, you're this, you're that, you're canceled. Great, cancel me. I'm available for that. If you want to cancel me, like, sure, cancel me, but it doesn't really make a difference to me because I'm not here for you. I'm not here for everyone. I'm here for a certain type of person, a certain group of people. And I am someone who's made peace with that. So, coming back to finding my edge, finding your edge, I encourage you to take the time and create the space to discover what that is for you. Maybe you're not someone who produces content on a regular basis or shows up in the way I do, and that's okay. The reason I think it's really valuable to still discover what your edge is because you can bring that to all other areas of your life. You can bring that to your career, your job. Such a great way to package who you are when you're applying and looking for jobs. You can bring that to your relationships. Or if you're dating, it's a great opportunity to discover your edge and showcase those really unique parts of you. After all, dating is a sales job. And this is an opportunity to do that. You get to know yourself better at a deeper level and really understand what sets you apart. And I think that's a beautiful thing. We all have something unique within us that sets us apart from others. And identifying that, not being passive about it, and maybe even cultivating or growing that, honing that in. Like I told you earlier, I want to become an even better storyteller. That's important to me. And I'm going to cultivate that. I'm going to grow that. I'm going to sharpen my edge, for lack of a better word. And you get to do that too. So that's my purpose in sharing this with you today. I am just so excited to continue to explore this and discover more. And maybe I'll have a follow up on other things I've discovered about my edge. And of course, it's going to evolve as I evolve. We're all super dynamic beings. So stay tuned. And until then, I want to thank you for listening in to today's episode. I hope you have a really wonderful rest of your day. Take care.